the Arkansas Razorbacks versus the Missouri Tigers. Obviously, this is a rivalry game. So going into last week, Arkansas loses the game to LSU. I picked Arkansas in this game. I thought Arkansas would have had this game. It was a late push by LSU to come back and win this game. Arkansas was winning, I'm pretty sure, in the fourth quarter, but it was LSU who was able to come out with the win in this one. This game was in Fayetteville, which I thought that Arkansas would have had this game. In my opinion, they were playing like the better team. And this game was at home. I thought that Arkansas had it hands down, but obviously I was wrong. Felipe Franks still threw for 339 yards in this game. He was the leading rusher for Arkansas, which is obviously a reason, in my opinion, why they lost. You got to be able to rush the ball better than that. He only ran for 43 yards, and then you had Woods as the leading receiver with 140. And then Missouri played my Gamecocks last night. Missouri's defense is very, very good. Even though, like, South Carolina isn't an offensive powerhouse, Missouri's defense was still very, very good. Nick Bolton is a very, very good player. Baszlik in the Missouri offense yesterday, they put up 17 in the first half. They got shut out the rest of the game. They're okay. They're decent, but their defense is definitely their strength, in my opinion. That defense is really, really, really good. Baszlik only threw for 203 yards yesterday. You had Roundtree only rushing for 58, and then you had Chisholm with 57 yards receiving. Obviously, those stats got to be bloated if you want to score points and be able to win that game by a regional much bigger margin than that. And against a team in Arkansas who can put up points on the scoreboard, like Felipe Franks in this offense is pretty good. This is going to be a game where Missouri's defense is going to need to step out like they've been playing recently, and a game where their offense is going to have to put up more than we're used to. So let's just look into some of the yearly stats for both of these teams. Arkansas has been putting up 25.8 points on average per game, while Missouri's only putting up 21.7. And then Arkansas's defense is allowing 30.9, and Missouri's is allowing 29.2. It's close. Obviously, Arkansas has the slight edge in points scored, and Missouri has the slight edge in points against. There's nothing really, that stat's not going to really tell you anything. I just thought it was interesting to throw that in there just to see how these teams have been doing. Obviously, that's going to be different because you are playing in two different divisions. Even though there's a lot more cross-division games this year, the SEC West is still probably the better division. So the fact that Arkansas is able to have the slight edge in the offensive stat going up against some of those SEC West defenses, because in my opinion they are a bit better than the SEC East ones, that's pretty impressive. Felipe Franks has thrown for over 217 yards this year. Baszlik's only thrown for 1,304, and I know that Missouri has got a bunch of games canceled due to COVID recently. They had pretty sure it was the Vanderbilt one canceled and the Georgia one canceled for both of those. The key in this game, I already said it. If Missouri wants to win this game, they got to be a lot better in the ground game. They got to get their offense rolling. Baszlik doesn't have to do anything special and out of the ordinary. He just has to go out there and make the right throws and everything. He's just got to put them in a good position to win this game. He's just got to make the right decisions each and every time. Arkansas, what they need to do, obviously rushing has to do better than that. Rakeem Boyd, Smith, they both got to do better. Obviously, you don't want your quarterback being your leading rusher in that game. That is not something that you want to see. Like, he rushed for 43 yards in this game. So offensively, both teams need to step up offensively. I do feel like Missouri has the better defense in this game, but I give the slight edge to Arkansas offensively in this game. So overall, it's a tough pick for me, but I do feel like I am going to go with I'm feeling like the Razorbacks are going to come out with the win in this game. I just feel like where they're at as a program right now. Yes, they do lose to LSU last weekend. Missouri beats South Carolina, but I do feel like Arkansas is the better team. Even though this game is in Columbia, Missouri, I really like Arkansas in this game, so give me the Razorbacks.